You are entering a sacred portal where we view the earth as a living ally and a conscious altar. This is Inner Orbit with Auburn Lily. I'm your host, and today I want to drop some origin lore on you. On this day, Earth Day, the reason that this day is so special to me is because 6 years ago, it really spawned the beginning of all of this. And it's always so fresh in my mind when April rolls around, and I just spend all month honoring this following of this impulse and energy that I followed back in 2020. And I want to share that story with you today as we approach another Earth Day here together. 6 years ago, the global pandemic opened like a gateway into an alternate dimension for me. Suddenly, instead of spending all my free time invested in someone else's business, for the first time, I felt free. Free to imagine, free to create, to inspire and be inspired. I was constantly sensing the way that all the spiritual modalities I'd been studying, kind of collecting modalities, collecting certifications back in those days, I noticed the way that although I was receiving so much from learning about the practices I was learning about, I noticed how all of them were really focused on the human species and the human experience. So, crystal healing to ease our emotional pain, Reiki to support our physical and energetic aches, spell work to enrich our human experience. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for making our lives better with the essence of energy, magic, and intention itself. That's really at the heart of being a folk magic practitioner. But I really started feeling a deep need to give back to the earth and sensing the limitless capacity of what was possible when we give back to the earth. So I started calling on the whale and dolphin elders to start to understand the capacity for this kind of work, of really and truly dedicating myself to raising the vibrational capacity of the earth. So in the days leading up to Earth Day 2020, I started feeling called to host a group healing circle where this was the original vision, alongside the attendees, we'd ground in together, create a crystalline grid across the globe, like connect to one another, and then channel healing energy into the heart of the planet to ease the fractured earth, to heal the waters, to clear the collective consciousness. And I just kind of kept putting it off and kept putting it off because I kept running into this block of like, well, what if somebody's not doing this in right relationship? What if somebody opens themselves to channel an energy that they are going to regret channeling? Like, I was really feeling as a practitioner the responsibility of each person who may step into a container like that. So when I finally answered the impulse to sit down and map this out, what I actually wound up doing was following a string of like one divine download to another. And suddenly I was holding a multi-week curriculum for a certification training in my own personal brand of energy medicine that's strongly rooted in the lineages that I weave with and largely dependent upon the foundation that the Japanese lineage Reiki lays. And this is Earth Healer. Now, at first, my imposter syndrome threw her head back and roared at the top of her lungs. Like, who was I to think I was meant for this? That this was my calling and not someone else's. Like, certainly someone more experienced, older, wiser, more capable. List goes on and on and on. But then I remembered everything Elizabeth Gilbert writes in Big Magic. So I turned to my notebook where I keep like my quotes. And at Gilbert's prompting, I asked myself, do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? That's a quote from her book there. Do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? I took the plunge. I like a challenge, I guess. I launched my academy, I ran Instagram ads, and most importantly, I became a teacher. My first cohort was filled with absolutely glistening, sparkling, sweetest souls. Some familiar, most of them new faces that I would continue to weave with for quite some time. We gathered once a week for 4 weeks. We crafted vibrational elixirs. We laid a foundation of loving care. Then they asked for level two. And then they asked for a master level. It was as easy as breathing. And I'll always treasure those Friday nights that brought me into my first office space and that landed me in the magic of working for my highest self. Over the years, Earth Healer has still captivated my heart, even though I haven't opened the doors for enrollment for 4 years. The last time I taught Earth Healer was in 2022. And in 2026, that finally changes. I'm absolutely thrilled to announce that Earth Healer, my flagship certification course, is finally making her return. To be the first to find out when enrollment opens, hop on the waitlist. I'll include the link in the show notes. Earth Healer is centered around giving back to the planet that sustains us in rich and fascinating ways. This journey is deeply rooted in the magic of this planet, informed by the traditions of Reiki and guided by the intuition of each being in the cohort. This is the course for you if you want to communicate with the earth, its elements, minerals, and life forms, opening up that channel of communication in its purest form with all the beings, the stone beings, the plant beings, the animal beings. If you want to open yourself up to and become a channel for Reiki energy, this pure loving kindness that we can allow to flow through us. And if you want to heal the planet, and all that live within and upon it to the best of our ability, and to serve the highest good. In the upcoming cohort, you'll have the option of journeying all the way through the legacy level, which is traditionally called the Reiki Master. But back in the day, we did a poll because I don't really like the terminology of master, but it's hard to tell you what certification you're getting without at least mentioning it. But we call that the legacy level because when you become a teacher of the lineage, you are creating legacy. So you can choose between going all the way through that legacy level and becoming a Reiki master teacher or ending the voyage after level two. And just like a quick little FAQ, if you already have a Reiki certification from another program, there is a discounted path available for you. So go ahead and join the waitlist, and instructions will follow once gates are open. So if you're sitting here thinking like, well, I already have my level three, I already have my level one, my level two, you can still join. And because you already have that baseline certification, your enrollment fee will be lower, but I recommend still coming to the classes that are even covering the basics because one of the beautiful things about working in this industry is that we aren't super tied down by regulation. And one of the reasons that discretion is like so crucial and vital in choosing your lineage is that anybody can just get certified in Reiki like right now. You could go onto a site and probably finesse your way into a certificate by the morning. And so when I was crafting this course, I really had lineage at the core of my heart. In this way, in getting these certifications, even if you are already certified, you might want to drop into the way that this lineage hones and builds supports off of the foundation that we learn in Reiki training. But all of that to say, this is not your average Reiki certification. This coursework is drenched in witchcraft and doused in lineage traditions sacred to our earth healers across time. In level one, you'll immerse yourself in the basics of in-person healing, opening yourself as a channel to Reiki to heal yourself, other humans, animals, plants, crystals, and the planet herself. In level two, you'll unlock the innate ability to channel divine love energy throughout time, around and beyond this planet. You'll gain tools to heal your ancestral lineage, your present, and your future. We'll explore the creation of vibrational elixirs, working with crystal allies, gaining a foundational understanding of astrology and the celestial bodies that influence our healing work, and more. At the end of level one and two, you'll be certified in Reiki 2 and Crystal Reiki, and we'll also offer a certificate of completion for Earth Healer level 2. If you choose to continue onward into the legacy journey, the magical traditions come more alive. We begin our legacy training with a journey through the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. You'll learn how to discover elemental imbalances in your healing subjects and how to invite balance, as well as rituals and integrated practices along the way. You'll also receive everything you need to begin attuning others to Reiki, and we'll discuss the ethics and minutiae of initiating a lineage in this way. We're going to kick off this launch with a free live energy healing, TBA. So make sure you join the Earth Healer waitlist to get the invite. And I hope you'll be answering the call to journey with us over the summer. I am so excited for what's ahead of us in this time. I hope that if today's episode piqued your interest, you'll join that waitlist and at least join us for the free energy healing that's going to get us kicked off. Later this week, we do have Uranus entering Gemini on April 25th, 2026. And the day before, Venus and Uranus are exactly conjunct at the 29th degree of Taurus. And on the next episode of Inner Orbit, we're going to dig into exactly what that means for us as a collective and for you based on your sun, moon, and rising signs. So I will talk to you then. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful Earth Day. Blessed be.